Charlie Fiorina, Republican presidential contender. We don't have to talk about it, so let's get right to the Planned Parenthood thing. It's pretty outrageous, and I think Hillary Clinton's going to have to step up and say something.
Well, she hasn't said a word.
No,
you talk
nothing.
about a war on women. I mean, think about this. Democrats like Hillary Clinton have argued against giving women a chance to look at an ultrasound before they have an abortion. But they're prepared to use ultrasound to figure out how to best preserve the body parts of an unborn child that they have convinced women is not a life at all.
Right.
The depravity is just unspeakable. And Hillary Clinton hasn't said a word.
Okay. Now, if you go after Planned Parenthood, try to shut them down or defund them, then you are declaring a war on women, according to the liberal precincts. How would you answer that?
Well, you know, if that's really what they believe, then
look, they believe it, because how else could you operate that way? Look, unfettered abortion up to the moment that the baby leaves.
It's not a life till it leaves the hospital.
Right,
that's their policy.
Right.
So if they're not prepared to do Planned Parenthood, I don't know how you justify taxpayer funding for this kind of activity anymore. But I would ask the question of Hillary Clinton, well, fine, then why don't you support an equal amount of federal funding for pregnancy centers, for example, so that right next to a Planned Parenthood, so that a woman actually has some information about the options in front of her.
Adoption and things like that.
Exactly,
okay.
But they don't do that either.
No, because it's all politics, and now the politics is going into body part selling.
Well, it's identity politics, which is even worse.
Do you believe that American women in general are not treated the same way men are in the workplace?
Well, I think there is some evidence of that, but I don't believe, look, if you create a meritocracy, a real meritocracy, where you pay for performance, pay for merit, instead of, say, time and grade, or how long you've been there, or what you look like, then you're going to have an equal pay environment. And of course, Democrats don't like that. They like seniority systems. That's what unions do. It's what federal government bureaucracies do. If you will give a woman the opportunity to contribute, then you'll have an environment that not only works better, but that provides equality to women.
But sometimes,
not all environments
because
are like
of biology, women take time off from work to raise children. Their priorities are different.
And that's why a seniority system disadvantages women.
Okay, but my point is this. I think that in this country, particularly in the media, women have just as much chance to succeed as men. Here, in my business,
in your world,
I don't see it, and I guess it's the same in Walmart. If you're good, the Walmart people doesn't care whether you're a man or a woman, unless there's some idiot in charge. But overall in our society, I think women in America do have equal opportunity. Am I wrong?
There's no question that women in America have more opportunity than anywhere else in the world. No question. I mean, I started out as a secretary, and I had the chance to become the chief executive officer of the largest technology company in the world, and now I'm running for president. That's only possible in this country. It's also true that women are half the nation, and so women are half the potential of this nation. And if you look at the burdens of poverty, for example, it falls most heavily on women. If you look at the fact that women sometimes do leave the workforce for a time, when you have seniority systems that pay for time and grade, that disadvantages women.
No, it does, but remember, the poverty on women is driven by having children out of wedlock with no father and no provider there. Now, I got to ask you about case law. We didn't have you in the mosaic because I knew I was going to talk to you, and you can tell the folks, you know, straight on. Do you support case law?
I do. Here's what I worry about, though, Bill. We've seen this for how long? Sanctuary cities have been around for 15 years.
You got to get rid of them.
The border has been insecure for 25 years. Politicians are great at giving speeches, and they're great at passing laws. What they're not great at is challenging the status quo so something actually gets fixed.
Ms. Fiorina, I've been doing this for 20 years. You got to stair-step it to get anything done. You can't do the whole package once.
I agree with you.
First, you stop the violent felons from coming in here. Then you punish the sanctuary cities. Then a new president's going to have to secure the border, because this president will not. He absolutely will not do it, no matter what Congress says.
I'm not disagreeing with you at all. My problem is this. I think people are frustrated because professional politicians talk about reforming the VA, securing the border,
and they
passing
don't do
laws, and they don't do anything.
That's how Trump has ignited his campaign.
And it's why people listen when I go out and campaign, because I say I have a track record of leadership and producing results.
Well, I feel sorry for you. You're the only lady, and all those other guys guys are going to be sweating in those debates, but we appreciate it.
I've been competing against men all my life.
And you do very well.
And I look forward to debating Hillary Clinton. Wouldn't that be fun to watch?
That would be a blast.
Wouldn't that be fun to watch?
And we appreciate you coming in. Good luck on the campaign.